Hello and welcome to Promise Mascot Agency Any Percent. In 3, 2, 1, begin the run. So, this is the hottest indie game of 2025. It is an absolutely charming, excellent video game where we help a severed finger that is living with her anger issues as we try to solve the mystery of the town of Kazamachi. In Act 1, it's exposition and setup. Michi is going to take a fall for shenanigans and be banished to Kazamachi. Unfortunately, we don't get to experience too much of that exposition as we are mashing as fast as possible. Here we are. Now, of course, this is also a race with Pandemonium, and Panda has a very different route from me, as Panda has been able to figure out how to get some things to happen a bit early, whereas I do not know how to do those things. But luckily, they don't make too much of a difference, so you will be getting two different experiences in the race itself. And now, story-wise, Michi and Toki have been set up. Spoilers, Toki's the one who set it all up. And, of course, Michi takes the fall. Also, we get this lovely manga-style cutscene. We get to see a few of these throughout the run. Again, the artwork is absolutely fantastic. As we mash through here. So now they head back to Lady Shimazu, who is not pleased by what has happened. And so Michi is going to cut off his finger. And no, Pinky is not the finger he's cutting off. Also, we're introduced to the twins, Yui and Nui. We will see Yui and Nui throughout the run, but we also play as Yui and Nui as they're going to drive their uncle to Kazamachi. That is the only time we play as the twins. But it's kind of nice. Of course, we don't have any access to any truck upgrades until after we've met Pinky. We will have access to boost, but we will be collecting foxes throughout the run to get a variety of upgrades to help us along our journey to get 1,000,000 yen, because we need 1,000,000 yen in order to get from Act 2 to Act 3. For that is when Act 2 truly ends. So here we are, taking a nice drive into town. Again, we get some lovely scenery as we're driving into town and going from twilight to daytime. It absolutely looks fantastic. Of course, Michi's in the body bag, in the back of the truck, and there is our boy, the giant Tanuki statue. Look how adorable he is with his giant hat. Again, this town is cursed, or is it? That's part of the plot, is discovering the truth about it. But right now, we're more concerned about setting up the agency and meeting Pinky for the first time. Pinky really is the star of the show. Here we are. We have reached the agency. Of course, Michi has no idea that he's meeting somebody named Pinky. And also, Yui and Nui say farewell for now. And again, every act card is also a manga-style drawing, as we see Tofu, Shiori, Endo, Pinky, and Michi in the Act 2 card. More on those characters as we meet them. And of course, Pinky has anger issues, so of course the first thing she does is try to fight Michi to the death. But after they find out that they're evenly matched, they become best of friends. And now we have to go see the corrupt mayor of the town in order to get our business license back because Pinky ruined his granddaughter's birthday party, so he took the license away. Also, this game features an all-star cast. Some notable voice actors include the actor who plays OOT Link, Adult Link that is, as well as the voice of Kazuma Kiryu from the Yakuza series. There are also several tokusatsu actors, among others. Also, Pinky is voiced by a character from Tears of the Kingdom. I always forget her name, but it is Impa's granddaughter. So, just a small fun fact. So here is the mayor. He's not our friend, he is corruption incarnate. So there we are, we have our business license back. Hooray! And there we are. And now we head back. Also, because the game hasn't told us how to boost yet, we get a free refill for when the game tells us how to boost. It's actually a really nice thing, so we get a double boost back up the mountain to the agency. And just like that. So the way this works is we need to send mascots on jobs. So we need to grab mascots, and also the higher our agency level is, the more jobs we get, the more mascots appear to be hired and what have you. So by completing quests, we get 150 fans every time. By recruiting mascots, we get a minimum of 500 all the way up to 3,000, depending on the mascot. And also, destroying the signs is 50 fans per sign, and destroying trash, once we get the trash fox, is 50 fans, and destroying sins is 150 fans, and getting foxes is anywhere from 500 to 1,800 fans. So, lots of different ways to raise our agency level. We can also upgrade the agency, though we don't do that too much in the run because we need that million yen as fast as possible, and unfortunately it costs money to upgrade the agency, so it's not exactly the best. Very narrowly missed the mayor's car there. Again, there's quite a bit of RNG in the run, as we've come to call it, because traffic is completely randomized. So it's like, haha. So that car may not be there in the next run, and what have you. So here's Shiori. She's going to help our mascots on jobs and what have you. And now we're going to go to Endo, who's going to give us our first job. We're not going to send Tofu on that job yet because we're going to wait until we have 2 jobs available, which is in just a moment. So head on over to Endo to get that first job. We'll be seeing Endo one more time in the run. Excellent. And of course, we're getting 150 fans because we're completing quests. We're going to grab this sign, and then we're going to head down what I call Money Lane. All the monies all the time, and then we're going to grab our second mascot, Torororo, who's also worth 500 fans as well. There we are. And then we're going to grab this money because it's worth quite a bit. And then we're off to go see Jose, who's going to also unleash the foxes, and also we're going to grab the only one of 2 hero cards we grab from people who give us jobs. There we are. We're also going to grab his town quest because we need that for later on in the run itself. Because Jose is into the occult, and we need to know that for a part in Chapter 3. Sorry, I flip between act and chapter all the time. My apologies. There we are. And then we're going to go grab the first fox, which is Truck Speed Fox. And also grab that sign while we're on the way. Now, one thing about getting foxes is that you must boost into them, otherwise they will just jump over you, which is a real pain. So there we are. Excellent. And then we're going to head off to get the next fox as well, which is the trash fox, which is going to be very important. So here we are. Perfect. So this one allows us to grab trash. Trash is very important because not only does it give us 50 fans every time we destroy it, but it also gives us cash. We're actually going to be getting roughly about 1.2 to 1.3 million yen by the end of the run. Going up here to grab more cash and what have you. There we are. And then we're going to go see Captain Sign, but also we're going to send our mascots out on jobs, because sending them both out on jobs will give us 450 fans altogether. There we are. And there we are, we have enough for the cards. This, of course, will extend the tutorial, believe it or not. Also, Captain Sign himself will give us a card. And by purchasing these 2 cards, we get 300 fans in total. As it's 150 for seeing Captain Sign. Oh no, it's only 150. My apologies. So now we're on our way to Fox number 3. There we are. We're also going to be driving just over here to collect the 1700 and also grab this trash. Very nice. There's Tofu calling. We won't be answering Tofu till I have this fox. Then I'm going to give myself a bit of a runway. Because if you boost too soon or too early, you're a bit screwed. Or too late, sorry, not too... I said the same thing twice. Ha ha ha. And there we are. Excellent. And then we're going to fly off the edge here and hope for a really nice landing. Perfect. Excellent. We were a little too early for the fox, which is fine because we can take care of a few things while we're waiting for the fox to come back, such as taking care of a few signs as well as trash. So we get the more fans here. Good. Very good. So we've got a little bit of extra fans than I would normally have at this point because we got here when we got here. And then we're just waiting for the fox to come back. Again, the foxes are always on a set path, but again, if you're not boosting into them, you will have a hard time getting them. This is the most important fox in the game, by the way. This is Pinky Launcher Fox, which allows us to launch Pinky at trash, money, signs, as well as other foxes. And there we go. Now we're going to do both jobs. It does not matter who we're doing in the tutorial because we have extra cards. If we didn't have extra cards, it'd be a bit more of a problem and you would want to do Tofu first. Because Tororo's every time is the tutorial, so normal size door, which is a yellow card. And Tororo cannot handle yellow cards, or yellows well in the very beginning. So that is why it is important to have the other cards, like we have. So we're going to do one. And of course, Yamain gives us an extra action back, as well as Captain Sign. So it works, and then we can finish with any card because there's no card that's less than 2. And we only needed point. So yes, this game also doubles as a card battling game. We also get fans for completing jobs, but unfortunately, the fans aren't the important part about the job, it's the money that we get from the job. Not the swarm of bees! So now we have green. Unfortunately, we don't have the ultimate green combo yet, as that requires grabbing Pinky's grandmother, Miyako, who is actually down below. We were actually standing in front of her coffee shop, and that's exactly where we're heading next. Also, we will never send Pinky or anybody on the job we just did, ever again. So again, we're at 44,000 at the moment, and we will be spending 110,000 on fast travel and the first upgrade. But in order to get that first upgrade to the agency, we need to have sent 4 mascots on jobs. Also, we will be grabbing Miyako's card because she is an excellent green. She's also an excellent blue. are. And then head down. Very nice side there. Excellent. Can we hit that? Excellent. Really good placement right now, I find. Ooh. Hello, are we... Oh, I see. It's at a terrible angle. No, we're not hitting that. Unfortunate. I thought maybe I could, but alas, it was not meant to be. And then we're not sending anybody on that job yet, because we're going to save that for our third mascot, who's Kofun, who is actually who we're on our way to next. But first, we're going to Trash Beach, because if you want a lot of money in the early game, here is where you want to be. There is over 100,000 yen worth of trash on the beach. It's also quite a bit of levels as well. So here we are. So we're just cleaning up the beach right now as much as possible, and also getting our agency level up as well, which is going to be very important because the higher our level is, the more mascots will show up, and of course jobs. Because we also need those high-paying jobs as fast as possible as well. Almost level 4, which is pretty nice. There we are, we're level 4, and we're 111,000. Very good. We also need to make sure that we are level 5 before nightfall, so that way we can get the passive income jobs, which unlock at level 5, and we talk to Shiori for that, which is a passive income of 100,000. Which is really nice because bills are 80,000 on night 1. Okay. There we go. Excellent. And Kofun is just up here in the cemetery. She's worth 750 points. Again, there's no real reason to make them also excited for the job, as we haven't found really any benefit over just making them interested. And now that we also have Kofun, we are going to send Kofun on that job. And then we're racing back to Endo, because Endo is going to give us 4 new locations, which will also give us 2,700 fans, which is a huge number this early in the game. Of course, also dealing with any trash, and also we can now deal with sins because we have Pinky Launcher, so nothing is safe in the air as well as the ground. Also grabbing some trash and the like while around. the air to grab that. Nicely done. Now go to Endo. We will not be grabbing Endo's card. We will only be grabbing the stores. And like I said, all of these stores are 2,700 points combined. And there we go. And that gets us to level 5. But also we're going to be sending the mascots on jobs, but we'll also be doing this and this. Sending everybody on their highest paid jobs available. And there we are. Also trying to hit any trash along the way and also dealing with the mayor's shenanigans. Because the mayor's shenanigans. And also going and grabbing the fast travel as fast as possible, because we will need that if we want to get to locations quickly, and also that gives us quite a bit of fans as well, which is nice. Kofin is calling, very good. Run back up to the agency. And also go talk to Shiori immediately, because we are almost on nightfall. This also gives us over a 1,200 fans, almost 1,300. Oh no, this gives us like 1,400. Very nice. And there we are. Not the stove fire. So Jose is the best early game light pink. And the game does not want... There he is. There's the star and hero of the show. And there we are. Job complete. Failing jobs loses you 20% of the income, which in higher tier jobs is not good at all. So that is not what we want to see. And then we have 2 more jobs available. Send Kofin on one. And then we're going to go across the way here to grab that, and then I'm going to unlock the fast travel. And there we go. Which gives us, again, 412 fans, as well as a boost to jobs and what have you. So now we have that. More mascots need assistance. We're going to do all these jobs all at once. Unfortunately, we got boxes. Boxes is one of the worst things to see because the boxes actually take a while to do. It's a little weird that this is the one that they make you sit through and there's no way to skip the stacking, but that's okay. And then we get the call from Tofu. Whoops. Not the faulty vending machine either. Again, we're gonna need Jose. So hopefully he's in my hand. He is not. He's in my hand now, though. And there we go. Also, once this job is done from Kofin, we'll learn about Mr. Sato. However, we don't want to see Mr. Sato until we are level 6. Because that way we can get the 2 jobs from Mr. Sato, which gives us 1,500 fans, and also some really high-paying work. So again, Jose, and there we are. Oh, that is actually a job I want to do, sorry. I thought it was the 10,000 one again, but no, it was not. It was one that was actually worth our time and money and effort to complete. Meanwhile, the other 2 mascots are going to get some rest and rebuild their stamina. We are jumping in here to grab a card upgrade. Torororo calling real quick. That's what we like to see. So with Torororo calling real quick, let's do it to it. The faster they call, the better. Although there is a slight chance that mascots will just do their jobs. You typically don't want to see that, because that means you're waiting on them to finish so that you can get the money, whereas helping them, you can get it immediately after playing 2 cards. Usually 2 cards. As we are currently level 5. And we're heading over to Bar Itai for a new job opportunity, as well as getting fast travel. Also, that dialogue is supposed to show up when you do 3 jobs. However, if you're backed by the agency, the dialogue won't show up. Please, thank you. And of course, seeing Mama-san also gives us 250 fans.
What? 頼みます。喜んでお助けしますので。ところで、
And we're also grabbing the Mama-san card because that way we don't have to rely on Jose as much. Because Mama-san is a really, really good, light pink card. And of course, we've got all this trash over here, as well as a sim. And cash. Quite a bit of cash just sitting there. And we have 3 jobs available, so let's get those jobs a-rolling. However, only 2 of those jobs. Because, no. No 10,000. Because it's just too low to be worth it to do more than once. we're going to grab the S District Warp here. Also, grabbing fast travel locations also gives you fans. I know not why. It just does. And then before seeing Mr. Sato, we're going to clear out the park, because we're not quite at the amount we need. And also there's some money around. Stamps are for Shiori's quest. We're not doing Shiori's quest because we're not really interested in upgrading her card because it just takes too long. So no upgrades for the Shiori card, I'm afraid. Or the Pinky card, or the Mama-san card, or the Miyako card. Unfortunately, it's just not meant to be. So here we go. Once again, Tofu. We must protect Tofu at all costs. Alright, we're gonna do Yalmain for the 16, and then we're going to do Miyako for the 8. Although I think I just saw Shiori with 14. Again, math. Each card, by the way, has 5 different values for 5 different colors. Each card has their own strengths and weaknesses. So here we have green. Again, we want to see Pinky and Miyako. There's the Pinky Miyako combo. Again, they're both combined, they're 28. There's not many things around that are going to be able to survive 28. At least in the early game. Again, holding off on the Mr. Sato till we get to the level 6. So we are just driving around looking for anything that can be destroyed, and also maybe some money? Money, mayhaps? Why, yes. But we also don't want to make it too far away from Mr. Sato. Because if we get too far away, then we're a bit doomed now, aren't we? Though we might have to come back for Mr. Sato. Oh wait, I have to get the mayor's warp point. Yes, yes, perfect. Almost forgot about that. We grab that cash. All your cash are belong to me, because I am the trash destroyer. Also, if I can destroy that trash, that's probably going to be enough. No! Shocking. Absolutely shocking that was. However, there is... Oh! There was nothing interesting that rebuilt then. I thought maybe because that didn't rebuild, we were gonna be able to... Aha! We have hit it. On the upside to this taking a hot second is the fact that our mascots have healed, and we were able to find a bit of extra cash that I usually don't find. So, there is a benefit, because now my mascots are healed and we have pretty big jobs coming up here. Oh, snap. I didn't realize it didn't give me the thing. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. No, I know what happened. I know what happened. It's because we didn't go to the party. This is fine. Party it is. And branding. This is fine. Because we would have had to have done these at some point. So, and I can just go back to the area anyway. There we are. And since we have the warps, it's not that huge of a deal. The next big isekai, insufficient. So, we still wouldn't be able to do the biggest ones. So, still getting those heals, not as bad. And also, again, we had the warp, so we were fine. Here is Mr. Sato, who again, because we are level 6, will give us 2 jobs. One of them gives us a lot of cash. And then we can continue on our journey, getting new mascots and what have you. And again, we just got 2,000 fans total, so we're close to 7-ish. We just got a decent chunk towards 7, so not bad at all. And, of course, 4 new jobs. So we're going to send Kofun to the park. We are going to send Tofu to do the isekai. And we are going to send Torororo to do the residents of Evil. And that right there is over $150,000 worth of stuff, which is great. And of course, we've got more signs to destroy as we're heading back over towards the cemetery, because that's also where the school is, and also there is a new mascot right around the corner, as I want to destroy that trash because we need the cash. We're almost at 400,000, most excellent, and also this mascot is going to come in handy and also give us some extra fans. And then we're going to do all 3 jobs immediately.
Hi!
4 stacked boxes once again. $13 and $50. Excellent. Now you do get a little bit of an extra bonus for sending the right mascot to do the job, but it's not do or die. You basically never want a mascot not working. There we go, 3 damage. 11. And 15. And then help Tofu. course, the mascots are taking a cut for every job, but that's not too bad. So this is a blue. Blues can be very painful in the early game, especially if your hand isn't prepared for it. Luckily, our hand is pretty good. It may take 4 cards, but it's still pretty good. And there we are. And then I know what that final job is, so we're not doing it. So unfortunately, our new mascot, Fujin, gets to just chill for a bit. As does everybody else until I get to the school, because the school is going to give us a job. And also, there's a ton of cash in the back of the school for some reason. There's just trash everywhere. There we are. We're also not grabbing Miss Wambui's card. So there we go, new job, destroy everything, and also send somebody on that job. Woohoo! And there we are. Tons of money, like I said. Ooh, we got another job. Sending Fujin-kun on that job. Because Fujin-kun was at 100%. Don't you know? And then we're heading back this way to go grab the warp in front of Pinky's grandmother's, because Pinky's grandmother is going to be very important later on in the run, as we have to talk to her a bunch about the town and the mines and leases and what have you. So here we are. Wait, there we go. Excellent. And then grab the warp. Excellent. And then we're heading back up once again. Ooh, there's stuff up there that I cannot grab. How dare. Then returning to destroy trash. Can I hit that? No, it is still invisible to me at this moment. Send Kofen. There we are. Again, Yui and Nui don't normally show up until the end of day 2, unless you get the certain scientific pattern, which, again, not really sure how to do. But it is interesting. And again, it doesn't really make too much of a difference in the run itself. And there we are, destroying more monies and what have you. And then we're running, destroy the trash, good. Stay away from the lighthouse if you would be so kind. And since we're over Momo Farms, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the Momo Farms warp and job. Very important for later. And then we're going to go back down the hill to go grab Ichigo Love. Also, we have hit level 7, which means we have access to O, who is down in the S district, and will also give us 3,000 fans, which is pretty nice, to say the least. Uh-oh. Didn't stop in time. But yes, this warp, also very important for the run. So go talk to Peaches. We will not be grabbing anything from Peaches. But it does give us a job. And also 1,200 fans. So let us complete Raijin-kun's job. Or Fujin-kun, sorry. I will always get them mixed up, for some reason. Even though one of them is green and the other one is gray. And the other one is a menace and the other one is not. It's just how it is. Oh, you're insufficient, so we'll send you on the expensive one. Also expensive one. So we'll let some mascots heal while we go get Ichigo. So, like I said, down the mountain as crazy as possible. Actually, that was a perfect landing. That was actually very nicely done. I know that sounds weird, but I promise you, it is the truth. I promise that that is the truth. As we go get Ichigo. Who also, surprisingly, doesn't give us a job, despite the fact that he has a strawberry farm. / also other fruit. There we are. Ichigo Love. Expensive job. Tofu. Expensive job. Tororo. Expensive job. Kufen. Not as expensive job, but a job worth quite a bit of money. Speaking of money, there's actually quite a bit of money around here, which is very nice. We're also near the arcade, funny enough, which is in a junkyard. There we are, all these mascots asking for help, so we shall help them. Just wanted to get that bit of money. $4.8, 12, and 18. Again, I say we don't have to rely on Jose that much, but he keeps appearing in almost every hand with a light pink. So we just use him anyway. go. 7.9. Nicole. And Jose. Alright, now we're going to go back up to the rice fields because we're gonna go up to the mountain. Because there's an important fox up there that we are going to need. Also, Bear-chan, of course, from their previous game, Paradise Killer, which I have not played. Fujin-kun requires some assistance. There we are. Heading on up into the hot springs. You will help. For whatever reason, the game also does this thing where it doesn't tell you the mascot with the least amount of hours. It's just whoever showed up first. It's kind of weird. So it can be a bit tricky, so usually if multiple mascots are asking for assistance, you want to do that right away. Because as we just saw there, Pinky was like, Tofu was like, hey, I only have 3 hours. Which, not really the best. And then do Fujin-kun. There we are. All right. We need... Actually, this hand should be fine, actually. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. Because we can just do... boom. Excellent. Sometimes you just have to be careful which cards you pick first, so you only use the ones that'll give you an action back first, and then use the other ones. So a minor detail to pay attention to make sure that you don't lose. There we are. I'm not going to be able to drive up the... Oh! I am going to be able to... I thought that was going to be too steep to be drivable. But alas, completely drivable. Again, the game does not care for your physics. It's just like, oh yeah, totally do it. And then it's like, oh bam. I like how I ran into that, despite the fact that I was turning away from it, but cool game. Like I said, the game does not care for your physics. Take your physics elsewhere, if you kindly. Ow. And also trees have no physics. Only lampposts. Lampposts are the dangerous ones. There we are. Then, can I get up here? Maybe, if it will let me boost? Nope, nope. I was like, could I get up here? Could if I could boost. But the game kind of went, no boosting for you. And I was like, but boosting? Please? So here is where we get the flying fox. And look at that, we made it here just in time. This is also the fox that is worth the most points. Or fans. I flip between the two as well. I'm sorry I flip between too many different terms for different things. My sincerest of apologies. There we are. There we are. And then we're going to grab this warp, and then I'm going to go to the S district real quick to grab... Oh, so that way we can be able to send somebody on some jobs, because I have a feeling that everybody's still insufficient. Unfortunately, we cannot grab any of the cats because we have not met the train conductor, so they just kind of hang out until you meet the train conductor, which we never do.
Host.
There we are. And now we're level 8. Send on the $75,000 job. Oh, we can send multiple people. Most excellent. Insufficient, however. That is fine. So now that we've got a couple of people on jobs, and it looks like somebody's just going to complete their job on their own, which... not exactly what we wanted to see, but that's fine. We're going to go to the mountain summit now and get the last warp that we actually need. The last warp that we need is down here. And the reason we go to the summit is so that we can fly there and have no issues. Welcome aboard, Air Pinky. We are not liable for any damages you may receive. Also check out the UFO. Because of course aliens are involved. And then we are going to slowly but surely descend into madness. And if I've done this correctly, we should slide perfectly fine. Oh. No, unfortunately not. Not quite as fine as I would have liked. So we will ask for the respawn, which puts me right in front of where I wanted to be anyway. So unlock that. And Yui and Nui have appeared. Perfect. So now that Yui and Nui are here, we will go and meet them at the agency. They will tell us they need 1,000,000 yen. We're almost there anyway, but also we can continue with story-related things. I have also forgot to go visit the mines. This is fine. So I lied about it being the last warp, is what I'm trying to say. Tee-hee. So, to the last warp. For realsies this time. Also, there's our boost fox right over there. You can see him flying at all times. He is the most annoying fox to grab, especially if you do not have Pinky Launcher, but if you have Pinky Launcher, he's a bit simpler. But again, he's a little rascal and very quick, and also so many obstacles, so little time. There we are. And that's the last fox that we grab for any percent. There's only one fox left, and unfortunately, they allow us to be a boat. And we don't go in the water to justify that enough. So, unfortunately, no. Also, Ichigo has 2 hours to complete his job, so we should do that now. Because that would be bad if we failed. Alright, shuffle the hand. We've got a Jose, but we have nothing else. Last mulligan. Oh, this hand is trash. This hand is no good, so we're just gonna kill this. Unfortunately, we just didn't have the right cards. 2 mulligans and just not having what we need. I mean, there's been worse scenarios. And now we're at the mines. Welcome to the mines. And then we check on the mines, and then we meet the local Yakuza family. Who are more pranksters than anything. To Mr. Soto. And that's the last warp that we need. So our warps are good. Pinky is now available to become mayor. We don't do that in any percent, because it takes a bit of work and is extra long. It requires completing town quests and what have you, but we do need to wait for the mayor's reaction. More job sending. Even more job sending. There we are. So because we have to wait for his reaction, we're going to go to the S District. The S District likes to allow story progression to happen for some reason. We're not 100% sure why, it just does. Which is great, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. And now, the 3 are back. They are now here at the agency to bug us. But we're going to go talk to their boss, and then they're going to join us. And their cards are actually pretty good. But, we don't really get to use them that much.
What?
If at all.
Pinky.
we are. And then we're going to go to the morning market, which is our closest location to their boss. Again, every location I've been to has been set up for things we need to do in the future. We will be seeing their boss a ton. We will be going back and forth to various warp points a lot. Also, very nice grind there. Yes, this is part skateboarding game too.
おいはこんだけ名護を生きたけ運の良かったっちゃろうけど。
Excellent. 1, 2, 3. We are not going to pay attention to that business opportunity whatsoever. Not happening. Are you going to allow me to destroy things, maybe? There actually could be more money than I expected around here, although all the mascots might be asking me for help, which means we'll be able to have that money in no time. All right, 13 and 14. Like I said, we don't get to use them that much, and they're actually pretty good. Ooh, Kofin did her job on her own. As she's now taking time off. Not something I wanted to see, but I'm not really gonna complain about it. It's kind of fun. Alright, 11 and 15. So close, yet so far away. I literally need one person. One single solitary person to do their job and or find 13,000 or yet. Whichever one wants to happen first. And judging by what I'm seeing around here, it could be finding the money myself. Keyword is could. That doesn't mean it will. It'd be so nice if... Oop, there we are. There's our final job, and here it is. It's tofu, and then we can send the money, and then we get a call from Shiori saying that the girls are not happy that the boys are around. And then Toki shows up, and then we begin Act 3. Alright, time to pay that money. Luckily, ATMs are all over the place. And sometimes the game will be like, oh, you want the ATM, right? And it's like, no, I would rather be able to fast travel. Thank you. So now we're going to go to the S District and wait for that call from Shiori. There it is. Again, the S District. Really likes progressing the story for no reason. Oh, wait, no. It's in the back. My bad. Again, the twins are a little bit on the protective, murdery side of things. And here's Toki. And again, he'll just spawn in once the phone call's over. Pinky is in love, by the way. But Toki is a traitor, as we're going to find out in Act 3. So now we're going to learn about the regionals. And the regionals are a pain and a half. So now that we've paid the $1 million, we don't need to worry about jobs ever again. And with this, Act 2 is over, Act 3 begins. Ghosts of the Past. Whoops. So job, send somebody on regionals, doesn't matter who. So here's how regionals work. It is a 13-minute, 38-second timer, and it only goes down when you're in the overworld, not talking to people, etc. So right now, that timer is ticking down. However, I need to go to Bar Itai to speak with TNT, as Pinky calls them. And the timer will pause. And then the timer will start again. So it's more than 13 minutes. Because we'll be in conversations, warping to places and what have you, but we will be driving to some places in order to try to kill that time, including going to the castle, which is needed for Act 4. So right now we have to go see Miyako, so we're going to go here. And also Toki's going to immediately come back as well. Miyako. There we are. Edge of Influence. I like how he just went right through his car. His car has no physics. It's a ghost. Confirmed. And there we are. And then we need to go to the school. It may not tell us to go to the school, but we're gonna get a phone call right as I'm about to get up to it. And there we are. And now this is where we have to go talk to Jose about occult things. And then go into the mayor's mansion and break into it, what have you. So we're just gonna drive to Jose now. Again, very mash heavy act this is, but that's fine. Excellent. And now we go to the mayor's mansion. But we're going to go back to the school to be able to warp there. So for that, the rice fields. And again, just destroy things. Also, look at all these signs in front of his house. Why do you have so many signs to vote for yourself in front of your house? That doesn't make any sense, sir. And here we go. Pinky has become Poltergeist. Excellent. And now we head back to the school. Because we have everything we need. Maybe not go for a swim, though. Going for a swim might be a tad bit dangerous, because we're not a boat. We're a truck that doesn't have boat-like buoyancy. To the school. And there we are. So now we have to go get our final mascot. This one only unlocks as we get to the story. However, we need to antagonize the mayor first. So we're gonna antagonize the mayor. And allow him to slip up. Always antagonize the mayor first. For doing the other things. Yes, yes. Nice parking job. Always a fun time. And now we head to the morning market, and then we're going to drive up to Peaches. Again, we still need to kill quite a bit of time in the overworld, so that's what we're doing. Trying to kill as much time as possible. There we are. Excellent work. Also, hooray, we have made it to level 9. Excellent hop. And then we're just gonna drive to Momo Farms. Careful of scarecrows. For some reason, scarecrows also have hitboxes that will stop the car. All you have to do is talk about Kokomaru here. You do not need to talk about the mine ownership or anything like that. You are good. There we are. And now we have Kokomaru. Usually I'm ending at around 8 mascots, however we didn't go get Raijin-kun. So we're only at 7, which is not terrible to the agency. Excellent. So now we go back to the mountaintop because that is our easiest way to get to the location that he wants us to be at. Summit, please. Thank you. Alright, and then I'm just gonna put a marker. It's a little easier to find it, that's all. And Air Pinky is once again off for liftoff. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. We are not responsible for any injuries you may receive. Very nice flip into that. Amazing flip. And the mare's about to slip up, so we're going to fly back towards the agency. Once again, keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. We are not responsible for any injuries you may receive. And there's the phone call. Also, yes, the wheels are spinning. Now we go back and talk to a couple of people, including Miyako.
Miyako ばあちゃんが手Miyako ば
Whoops. There we are. Torororo has returned from time off, which possibly means Tofu is returning soon as well. And now Poltergeist makes another return. And this is where the plot really thickens, because we find out that Toki is a filthy traitor. So, S District. Again, we're almost to the mashiest part of the game. It is the largest exposition dump in the entire game, and it's not for the faint of heart.
Toki.
So now the Shimazu family is here in Kazumachi for their own protection because of Toki's betrayal. And that's why we have a giant exposition dump to the point where the game will ask us, do we do this now or not? And the answer is yes. Yes, we do. And conclude. We have done it at last. And there's not much more left to do in Act 3. Act 4 is just the finale. are.
みえこばあちゃん
Back to the agency. This is actually the second to last. Well, going to see the election results, the last thing we do in Act 3 until regionals is over. Here we are. And then we're off to the town hall. I'm going to drive there, provided I can go down the right road. I'm going to drive there, and then we are going to drive to the castle, because we still have time left for regionals. So, crash. Again, no physics. The corruption could not be unseated. And now we head to the castle. Which is not over there on that island, it's over there. Togi calls to mock us. And then, like I said, we head to the castle. So another lovely drive. Again, there's no way to tell how much time you have left until Mike calls, because there's no indicator and there's just no visual representation anywhere in the game that he's going to call and be like, we're good to go. And it's just like, oh, okay. And then we're gonna fly back to town. Because why not? Have a little fun with Air Pinky. Here we are. And we have landed here. And now we play just a tad bit of the waiting game till he calls. Because what else are we gonna do? We must stay on the overworld while we wait. Also, the Shimazu car is the only car you cannot flip, move, or anything. No matter how hard you try. Nothing. It is as solid as a rock. Whereas every other car in the game is like, yo, I can destroy that. Oh wait, I lied. Apparently Shiori's van as well. So that works as well. Who would have known? Do 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 do. Again, Pinky being adorable, waving, also holding the little cell phone and just dancing in the back of the truck. That's what she does. You can also carry other mascots with you, but that would be doing their life satisfaction stuff. But we also don't do that in the run because it takes too long, unfortunately. Ooh, there's our daily income. Which means we should be close. Which is most excellent. And also a rare case of not being in the negative after day 3. I think the, was it O? No, it was Kofin doing her job. No, it wasn't. It was O. It was O doing her job on her own. And there it is. Mike has finally called. Most excellent. Welcome to Regions, where we don't pay attention to any of it and just skip to the end. None of this matters, by the way. And then we go inside, and Sacre Bleu, Mike is inside the agency. And Act 4 begins. And now we talk to all of our employees to get ready for the showdown of the century. Alright, to the castle with us. This is the reason we got the castle warp, provided it'll let us move. That's the key. Is it letting us move? And now it's time for the end game. However, the game is rigged. So, for this, we need to lose the first 3 matches as fast as possible. They're impossible to win. So losing them fastest is the key.
姉さん
Again, more pep talk. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. Tofu is up first for the National Mascot competition. Oh no, it's the Annihilation Flames. $13 and 4. Wait, what? Oh, right, he's worth a point, isn't he? Not enough action. Ah, I did that wrong. I didn't realize he was... I should have done it differently, damn. That's fine, that's fine. Everything's fine. Just takes a little extra turn. Let's gotta pay attention to those cards. A minor setback. Alright, we need Jose. And then we need... Wow, this hand was terrible again. Because it gave me cards that just replenish actions. Really? Wow. Okay, the game has decided to play RNG not great. And here is Kofun. Will the game give me a preferable hand? The answer is kind of no yes. Please go over. Thank you. Alright, cool. Excellent. Now, the next 3 fights are insta-wins no matter what, because we get the most powerful cards in the entire game. They all do 9,999,999 damage. Nothing survives them. As we get the Shimazu family card, the people of Kasumachi, the Promise Mascot Agency card, the Janitor and Pinky card, the Katsuya family. All these cards are amazing. It is impossible to lose. Let's go, Kokomaru-san. Excellent. We do this 2 more times. Abysmal Machine of Darkness. Or Machine of Abysmal Darkness, my apologies. And Ichigo Love wins, and Tofu gets the redemption, as Tofu is always last. He is the first and the last. Every time. We must protect him at all costs. He is our boy. And there we go. And the janitor and Pinky win. However, we're not done yet. There's still the matter of Toki. And also the missing $12 billion and what have you. But worry not. We're about to solve all of that right now. And here's Toki and his goons. Run is coming up soon. We just have a few more dialogue and the choice to forgive Toki, banish Toki, or kill Toki. The answer is you kill Toki, as it is the fastest option.
ありがとうございます。
Also, paying our mascots bajillions of dollars. In the dramatic ending of Promet's Mascot Agency, which is now. The timer ends on credits. Also, the girls have made a killing room. Killing room! Or a kill room. And that is time. Thank you for watching Promise Mascot Agency Any Percent. I hope you have a lovely day and thank you for your consideration. Until next time.